I love you.
I love her.
You're a sweetheart.
This little girl, Fallon, was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Her babysitter said it was an accident. She claimed Fallon fell off a swing, but hours later, Fallon passed away. As doctors looked closer, one thing became clear. These injuries didn't come from a fall. The damage to her skull was severe, far beyond anything a swing could cause. That's when investigators shifted their focus to the one person who was with Fallon that day.
How exactly? How would that even have happened?
You tell me, because we weren't there. Something's happened that we're not being told has happened. Because those injuries just don't appear.
There is absolutely nothing.
In today's case, we're going to unravel how someone who was once trusted with a child's life slowly revealed themselves to be something else entirely. Before we get into the full story, if you're into true crime and deep dive investigations, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Now, let's get into it. Fallon Gant was born on September 27, 2018, in Hollywood, Florida, to her mother, Christine Fridley Gant. She lived with Kristen and her stepfather, Cameron Gant, the man Fallon knew as her dad and the only father figure she ever had. Fallon's biological father disappeared before she even born. Kristen was 8 months pregnant when he walked away, and Fallon never had a chance to know him. But despite that, Fallon grew up surrounded by love. Everyone who knew her described her the same way: a little angel, sweet, kind, gentle, friendly to absolutely everyone. She had a huge heart, especially when it comes to animals. Fallon loved them so much that when she was just 2 years old, she would volunteer alongside her mom, helping care for animals whenever she could. Her favorite companion was her cat, Mr. Butters. She was curious, energetic, and full of life, the kind of child who could light up a room without even trying. Kristen worked as a veterinary technician, and because of her schedule, Fallon often went to daycare during the day. But when COVID hit, everything changed. The daycare shut down, and suddenly Kristen was faced with an impossible situation. She needed someone to watch her daughter, not just anyone, someone she could trust with Fallon's life. That's when she turned to a longtime friend, Christy. Christy offered to help watch Fallon, and she even charged a very affordable rate. To Kristen, it felt like a blessing. Christy was a mother herself. She had 2 young children, a 3-year-old daughter named Harbor, an 8-month-old baby, and from the outside, she seemed like a caring, attentive mom. Fallon and Harbor clicked instantly. They became best friends, inseparable, and that mattered to Kristen. Seeing her daughter happy, laughing, excited to go over there, it made her feel safe. At first, Fallon absolutely loved being at Christy's house. She was so happy there that sometimes she didn't even want to go home. Kristen saw that joy and thought, okay, she's safe and she's loved. Slowly, Fallon's routine shifted. Carmen would drop her off around 6 in the morning, and Christy would pick her up later in the day. It became normal, comfortable, trusted. And that trust would later become the most heartbreaking part of the story. On the morning of December 9, 2020, everything started like any other day. Cameron dropped Fallon off at Christy's house and went to work. Around 1:30 that afternoon, Christy sent a message asking if Fallon could stay the night. That alone was unusual. Kristen almost never spent a night away from her daughter. At first, she hesitated, but Christy reassured her. She said everything was fine and that Fallon wanted to stay. Kristen trusted her friend, so she agreed. A few hours later, around 4 p.m., Kristen called to check in. They talked casually. The kids were outside playing in the yard. Everything sounded normal. Kristen asked to speak to Fallon, and then the call suddenly dropped. Kristen tried calling back, again and again, no answer. Christy's phone was off. Around 6 p.m., Christy finally called back, apologizing. She said her phone had died during the call, but it was charged now. This time, Fallon came on the line, but something was off. Fallon sounded sleepy, sluggish, not herself at all. This was a child who normally lit up, during FaceTime calls with her mom. Christine handed the phone to Cameron, and once again the call abruptly ended. Christine's anxiety started to grow. She kept calling. Cameron tried too, but still nothing. Finally, Christy answered again, claiming her phone had died again. She said Fallon had eaten, gone to sleep, and she would call back when she woke up. But Christine couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. Hours passed. Then another call came in. This time, Christy's voice was panicked. She told Christine to come to the emergency room immediately, claiming Fallon had fallen from a swing and wasn't responding. Christine rushed to the hospital, but when she arrived, Fallon wasn't in the ER. She was in the ICU. And what Christine saw next changed her life forever. Fallon has severe injuries, skull fractures, and severe trauma to her body, and obviously these were not injuries caused by falling off a swing. After hours of doctors trying to save her, Fallon passed away. A beautiful, innocent child gone. The loss shattered her family and everyone who loved her.
I
I love you.
love her.
You're sweet.
2 days later, Christy was arrested. Investigators knew immediately this wasn't an accident. During questioning, Christy insisted she wasn't violent. She said her boyfriend wasn't violent either. She claimed she would never hurt Fallon. According to her, Fallon simply fell, hit her head, and then things got worse.
But then, like, on the bottom of the slide, there's like you know, the bottom of the slide, and then you could, like, when you lift your head up, the only thing I could think of is there maybe, because I noticed like a little bit of red right here. It's nothing serious, it's like a little bit of red.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it. I'm like, there's nothing serious enough to where it would be like, oh my gosh, like I need to rush her to the hospital because internal bleeding. You know what I mean? Like my child fell off the top of the playground. But a huge difference.
Yeah.
So I played it like it was. You know what I mean? Went home, laid her down. She wanted to lay down for a minute. So I laid her down. She has her own bed, actually, at my house. I have a bed for my daughter and I have a bed for her. Laid her down next to her, and then cooked dinner. I cooked mac and cheese and vegetables.
Was she playing at the house when I got back? Was she okay then?
She was playing for like a second, and then when she wanted to go lay down, she went and lay down, and then just for a minute, and then I was like, Fallon, are you hungry? You want dinner? And she ran. You can ask Jeff. I'm not yelling so you can see this thing. She ran to the kitchen. I'm thinking, oh, baby, she's hungry. She feels good. She's great. She made me to lay down for a second. Whatever, we're cool. And then doesn't eat. And I'm thinking, okay, that's weird. You know what I mean? You were just so hungry. I'm not giving you candy, you know? Or am I just gonna keep giving you candy? And like that's like, I think what her parents might do, say, it's just easy, wean your way out is candy and chips. So anyway, she didn't eat. Harper, I ended up giving all the food to my dog. I literally just threw it. She had like 2 bites. She had like 2 bites. I think she had like the veggies and then maybe 1 shell of a noodle.
Barely anything.
And then the rest I just gave to my pet because I ran out of dog food and
It happens.
I couldn't go to the store. I was trying to cook dinner, trying to do all this. Didn't want to leave her. So we sat outside for 5 minutes, whatever, 10 minutes, smoke stay. I don't even know how long it was. Not long at all. Go back in there and check on her, and she's looking like this. And I'm like, what is that? She had the distant look. I put her in the tub because shell shock. You know what I mean? That cold water.
Yeah.
Sometimes can, you know, just do the trick, just real fast. So she was in her diaper and even still in her socks, and because I don't want to shell shock her too bad. Like,
Just put her in the tub with her socks and diaper?
Like literally like sat her down like this, shined the cold water, held her back like the back of her neck like this, and nothing. Didn't even respond to the water. And then we put her in the tub, 2 seconds. Just a quick little
Were you and your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a quick little, he was helping me trying to do everything in the SWAT. I don't know, trying to do everything that I could motherly do. The natural mother things that you could do. And nothing was working.
But investigators weren't buying it. They showed her the injuries. Fallon had massive skull fractures, tears to her liver, spleen, and colon. These injuries was catastrophic and impossible to explain with a swing accident.
Do you want to know all the issues that she has?
Yes.
Okay. According to the doctors in the ER,
Yes.
she has a skull fracture.
A what?
A skull fracture. Her brain is swollen and bleeding. She also has internal bleeding, where she has, according to the doctor, let's see here, her belly is full of. She's got an injury to her liver, her spleen, and her colon, and is still actively bleeding inside. She has no brain function.
Oh my God, stop.
She's got bruises all over her body.
Stop.
She's got bruises all over her head. The external part of her head is swollen. She has bruises literally all around her head. I can show you pictures.
So that picture you showed me just a few minutes ago, she doesn't look like that right now.
She is bad.
You think it's the rushing to her head and all that stuff?
Still, Christy kept lying. She tried to pin herself as the one who cared more about Fallon than anyone else. She even attempted to shift blame into Kristen and accused Carmen of having history of child abuse.
You know when you're laying in
So when she was dropped off this morning,
yeah.
how did she look? How did she act? Did you notice anything that was out of the ordinary?
Her dad just told me she had the flu. I mean, he had the flu.
That's it.
That's it.
You didn't see any bruises on her head, on her belly, and
She had scratches right here.
from a possible dog scratch, right?
She had a scratch right here, and then she had a bruise right here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So
And then I think she had-
no bruises up here.
No.
Okay, none of that was there.
I mean, she wears her hair like this.
Okay.
She literally wears her hair like this. I would, if I saw a bruise on her head, I would call her mom immediately.
Okay.
I wouldn't just let a bruise just continue to be a bruise, because that's how you get internal bleeding.
Correct.
That's exactly how that happens.
Okay. So these injuries this child has are not consistent with what you're telling me happened. The injuries this child has are from some severe abuse or injury.
How long have you had her today? Just as a point of reference?
Oh my, I can't even believe. How exactly? How would that even have happened?
You tell me, because we weren't there. Were you the only one with the child today?
I was around a bunch of people at the park.
No, when did you get
The
the
child,
today?
were you caring for the child by yourself today?
I always care for her by myself, always.
Okay.
Every day. There's never been an issue, ever.
Right, what time today did you get her? Or yesterday now? I
6
guess.
o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you had her all day long?
Yeah.
Okay.
Investigators pushed harder. They knew she wasn't telling the truth.
Something's happened that we're not being told has happened. Because those injuries just don't appear.
There is absolutely nothing that I would ever do to a child, first and foremost. Second off, if you ever look at my kids, they've never been touched, and they never will be. I don't believe in violence. So the fact that that's an acute thing that just happened,
And you didn't notice any of these injuries on the child beforehand?
I grabbed him the minute I saw him and called the ambulance. Does that add up to you? In your head, does that add up to you?
Lots of crazy things can happen.
If you're concerned about something and the first thing you do is grab somebody and call the ambulance.
At the same time, Christy's boyfriend Jeffrey was being questioned. He said he left for work at 5 a.m. and came back around 6 p.m. He showered, rested, and saw Christy come home with the kids. Later, around 8 p.m., he saw Fallon come out when she was called for the dinner. She ran out like usual and suddenly stopped. She didn't eat, she just stared. They asked if she was okay, she didn't respond. They put her back to bed and went out to smoke. When they came back, Fallon was unresponsive. That's when they rushed her to the hospital. Jeffrey claimed that was all he knew, but investigators found something else. They searched Christy's phone and what they found was chilling. On the day of the crime, she searched, "I hate my child and feel guilty. What kind of people enjoy abusing other people's children? Why do people abuse? What does it mean to have a sudden urge to hit a child that is not yours?" These searches happened seconds before she asked if Fallon could stay the night. It was devastating, and it told investigators everything they needed to know. Christy was charged with multiple crimes, including murder and child abuse. Forensic reports confirmed Fallon had been sexually abused. In jail, Christy mentioned to a relative that she had hidden cameras in her home. Investigators found them, and the footage showed everything they needed to know. And the most shocking part, Jeffrey was home. He saw the abuse and he did nothing. He didn't intervene, he didn't call for help, he just walked away. In March 2024, Christy was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Jeffrey received 15 years. Fallon's life was stolen by someone trusted, by someone her family trusted. And the most heartbreaking truth of all, Harper, Christy's daughter, saw some of the abuse too. So I will ask you, do you think Fallon got the justice she deserved? Let me know your thoughts in the comment. See you next time.